Hail, hello, hiya, and greetings. You know what they say, the third time is the charm.
They really didn't need to know about the other two times.
We-
but whatever.
They do now.
We seem to be having some technical difficulties tonight.
Technical difficulties.
Every time we mess up, he has to drink another beer. Messes him up.
So it's
Difficulties.
getting a little loose.
So we're having some difficult.
This is good. I'm liking this. This is good.
It's going good.
Okay, so here's the deal. We are the Aimless Adventure Podcast.
Some of it.
Some of it. We have decided to start a weekly podcast, not a full podcast, just one subject. We call it our guild meeting. We wanted to be able to talk about some of those aimless discussion topics we've missed because we've had such amazing guests, and we wanted to get together and go over some of those subjects because we feel like we have relevant information to contribute to the internet in general. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody that we've got with us today. We've got mi hermano rojo, Ryan.
That's me. I am the red brother.
We've got the bearded wonder and warm beer drinker,
Cool beer. I like cool
John.
beer.
John likes blank beer. Just
Like
beer.
Any adjective you want to throw in there.
He just doesn't have the room to keep it in his fridge. So today we are going to get together and we are going to discuss the internet, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We are all
So much ugly.
We are all 30 something, and we saw the rise of the internet, much like our parents saw the rise of television and the color TV and the cable network.
not just the rise, the birth. I mean,
oh, yeah.
absolute from zero to what it is now and what it will become in the next 30 years.
Yeah,
Those
I mean,
were-
I started paying for PrimeNet dial-up, 28.8.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to see that picture of Sarah Michelle Gellar?
Oh, quite a while.
Yeah, I remember loading in like two pixel lines at a time. You
Yeah,
know, and
back in 1995, and I paid for it with my paper route. When they gave you 130 minutes a month,
minutes because these were phone companies essentially handling.
130 minutes a month to surf the interwebs. I remember.
I burned that in a day.
Yeah, I mean, I remember.
I burned that like in 130 minutes.
I remember seeing the concept art and the concept videos for like Final Fantasy VII, like when it was
Yeah.
originally going to be on
For
the
the
N64.
64, yeah.
I remember seeing the concept art after it was going to come to the
Yeah,
PlayStation.
if you think it's blocky on the PlayStation, holy crap! Yeah, the concept videos for when it was going to be on the 64.
I love that because it's Final Fantasy VI. Mm-hmm. It's Celeste and Locke and all that stuff, and he
Yeah, it
goes
was
and
a-
he swords that block creature in the nuts. It's great.
You
stuff.
mean the creature?
Yeah, it's good stuff. So we're going to talk about the internet, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I am going to go to my host to the right, the bearded wonder himself.
Okay, I'm going to start out with something that Terry wanted me to hit on since he can't be here and he would add a whole lot more than I think I can. Anyway, pretty much everybody in this group has been a wrestling fan at least a little bit in their life. Mm-hmm. Some of the magic
years ago.
many years ago, yes. But some of the magic from when you watched and I spent most of my time watching was tuning in and seeing, oh my God, did you see the NWO? They brought in, X-Pac, or they brought in Scott Hall, or whatever the case may be, crazy signings like that. Or did you watch Raw the other night?
Or betrayals or something.
Kurt Angle turned heel. It was crazy, just
What the fuck does that mean, by the way?
he turned into a bad guy. There's face and heel.
Oh, okay. I see that all the time, and I always wonder what that meant. Okay, go ahead.
So, yeah, that shock value, that
Water cooler moments.
yeah, water cooler moments, the soap opera that is wrestling kind of has died in the last 5 or 10 years.
But that bleeds over into everything, right? I got two
It does.
words. I got 2 words for you. Red, fucking wedding,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Like-
I didn't even follow Game of Thrones, and I could not avoid that topic
It
on the
made
internet.
like headlines
Yeah.
in newspapers
on major news sites and
But
shit.
it hasn't hurt Game of Thrones
No.
audience base at all.
Not at
and
all.
I mean, like, I read the book, so I knew it was coming. But like,
Right.
I think wrestling experiences that same thing. You get these insiders and these people who've already seen it who fucking spoil it for everyone.
Oh yeah, I mean when the Harry Potter books were coming out, people were taking the internet immediately. Snape kills Dumbledore, and movies. And God, remember when Heavy Rain came out?
Oh, yeah.
After the first people beat it, they were hitting up every forum that they could to say this guy's the Origami Killer, and
I should have read that stuff because that game pissed me off.
that game sucked.
That game was great until the end, I thought. No, I mean, I enjoyed the story, but it broke its own rules, too.
I'm just not a fan of Quantic Dream. And
Yeah.
it's-
I like Quantic.
I have a friend that DVR, TiVos, whatever you want to call it, UFC fights,
Recordifies.
and
Recordifies.
I watch it like the next day or the day after or whatever when it's it's convenient for us to get together and watch it. I have to like stay off Facebook,
Yeah.
for those 2 days.
Spoiler.
Or I'm like, okay, Ronda Rousey in 34 seconds. I don't need to watch this pay-per-view now.
Hey, but
I look forward to that because then I don't have to pay for the fucking pay-per-view. So.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
I got to watch Ronda Rousey destroy that one bitch in a GIF. So
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, it was a gift's worth of a fight,
yeah.
and it was cool for what it was worth.
For sure. I think the big thing that has interrupted life is normal. The bad thing about the internet, and we were talking about it earlier, is the social ineptness of especially kids today. They are not held responsible or accountable for the things that they say.
No.
Which turns them into little shithead trolls. They don't know how to act in a social situation.
Yeah.
They know that they can't come up to my 6'5", 300-pound ass and talk trash.
So they're going to do it online.
So, but they don't know what to say to me either. Like I've got a diverse set of interests, right? But they don't know how to communicate with like anybody because they're so used to getting on Xbox Live and talking about fucking people's mothers. And
Yeah, or any forum or anything, and just basically being an asshole behind a veil of anonymity.
anonymity.
Unanimity.
Amityville Horror.
And that's the communication is terrible, the grammar, the
the grammar.
spelling.
The
The
word.
grammar.
I don't want to be a grammar Nazi, but I had phonics pounded into my head so fucking hard as a kid. I can't help it, and when I see people on Facebook or anywhere, it's terrible. I read it in my head as a Neanderthal. There's this voice in my head that reads the sentences like
And
this
everything's
because
reduced. I've
that's
got,
how it's written.
Yeah,
got-
it,
I've
it
got
makes me nauseated.
yeah, I've got this.
Nauseated.
I've got this cousin that probably spells everything that he can possibly say in 3 letters.
Letters, yes. The word "what" is not W-U-T.
No.
Yeah, no. Learn the difference between there, and there.
Yes, there, and there.
Your, and your.
Yeah, and you go on like a for sale board or something on Facebook.
For sale.
And you don't have something for sale like a sale on a ship. You don't have something for sale.
For sale.
Lightning does not have an E in it. I was watching the Lightning this evening, and in spelling, that's petty. I realize
Yeah.
that that's petty to a certain degree. But goddamn, if you don't look like an uneducated boor.
Yeah, I got over my correcting people on the internet.
Yeah, dude,
years
long
ago.
time ago. It's pointless.
Yeah,
and you come across as a dick too.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't help the situation, right?
No,
Because,
not at all.
Like, I'm not saying just them are dicks. We all have probably a
Oh.
tendency to be a dick online too.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've been a huge dick before. I'm just, let's be honest,
I think I've seen that GIF.
yeah.
But I mean,
Sure.
we're not. we're not immune from it either.
No.
But that's because I think that even if we look inward, like our society as a whole has lost social grace.
Yes, and tact.
Yeah.
Just like yes, social grace, tact, a little eloquence. Not to say that I want everybody to walk around like a Victorian era, powdered wig wearing type, but at the same time, damn, we're not dragging our damn knuckles walking out of caves, man.
It's funny that you say that. I was reading an article one time. It was the difference in times. They showed a letter written to the love of a soldier's life back in like the Civil War compared to an email.
I saw, I can't
From
remember which
Iraq or whatever.
comedian did that.
And it was
Dearest Anna, these days wear heavy on my soul. And then the modern Afghanistan says,
when
Yo,
I get
Marie,
home, I might hit that.
don't fuck nobody while I'm gone. And that was pretty funny, but also really accurate.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing against our soldiers or anything.
No,
Thank
God,
you so
no.
much.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. And like I was talking the other day, like about this Bay thing.
Oh,
for
God.
fuck's sake. That's one of my hot buttons. I can't stand that word.
Stop ruining the English language.
It hurts. It hurts me.
Please.
It hurts my core.
Just
when I
remember
see
your
that
Bay.
word.
there's you, and then there's two other sides that are being surrounded there. You know, you're probably sharing.
You're not even saving anything. It's still a single fucking syllable.
And-
like it used to be that the lexicon would adapt so that you could say things in as short a time as possible.
Yeah.
But now we're so stupid. We're abbreviating single syllable words.
Single syllable words, yes.
Like, come on.
And the age of for the most part, people don't have to push numbers on a keypad to text anymore. And I think that's where a lot of that came
those
from.
Those were dark times.
Yeah. But that's not really an issue anymore. You don't have to shorten a single syllable word.
Oh, it's horrible.
Or like the word what with W-U-T and stuff.
I mean, they used to say just shorty. That's 2 syllables, right?
Yeah, that's...
What's wrong with babe?
And I've read that the way that it's spelled or pronounced, but bay, I think, means poop in Dutch.
Is that true?
Or something like
Something
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, which is funny. But I'm with you. I can't stand that word.
Oh, yeah. So
There are a lot of internet colloquialisms that I just can't stomach, man.
So we've all lost a little bit of social grace because of the internet. We are socially inept as a society, in the first world anyway.
Well, and one interesting way to look at it, at least for me, is you have these young people, and I hate saying the phrase young people because I'm not old yet, damn it.
You're
But
getting there.
Who develop a certain persona online, and let's say a negative one or a sarcastic, trolly type persona online, but then aren't that way in public, but are probably more subdued in public because of that other persona that kind of becomes their
Outlet?
I don't know, when I don't get Freudian or anything, but that like the id and the ego and everything like that, and you
Well,
have their online personality being who they really are.
Carl Jung, but-
And they can't. Wasn't that Freud?
No,
the id, the ego, and the superego.
The id, the ego, and the superego, and then the persona. That's all Carl Jung.
Okay.
What if it's switched? What if his normal life you see at work is him, but his release and venting on the internet allows him to continue being
That's
him?
cool and everything, but it's still at the expense of others.
Right.
You know?
I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying.
Stop
what if
defending
it was
that
reversed?
guy.
Sorry.
Well, yeah,
I don't.
I mean, it's
I don't like that guy any more than you do.
It's like, and we talked about it earlier, like online forums and stuff like that. Like there's this forum I've been a member of since I was 18 years old, and I got my first Camaro, and that's nastyz28.com. It's run by a bunch of people who are shitty to one another.
Yeah.
And if you don't suck the guy's dick who has the money and has the
No.
contacts,
Proverbial e-peen.
Yeah.
I think it happens.
It might be literal.
Yeah, I think it happens literally.
Okay, well, open wide.
Yeah, they have drinks, swingers, whatever. But
Not a lot of room in the back of a Camaro. Anyway.
yeah, if you
Been there.
yeah, well, this one guy happened to have a body that was stuffed in the dashboard of his Camaro, but
God, I bet that made the AC smell terrible.
it's
No, he had a cabin air filter. That's good.
yeah. But anyway,
Holy
so
balls.
yeah.
You can't just drop that and move on. Good God. Was it a cartel thing or like a...
It was a murder
Did he
thing.
buy it like
Oh,
that?
my God.
No, he bought it just after it happened.
So, oh God, all this stuff was going through my head, like how fresh and everything, and I don't
But
want
this guy, huge dick, right?
Okay.
So, like the Ashley
Couldn't
Madison.
have happened to a better asshole.
So the Ashley Madison thing came out, and
Yeah, yeah.
me personally, like we talked about it on the Hulk episode, like don't spread this kind of stuff. Like it doesn't do anybody any good. It makes everybody feel like shit.
It does.
Yeah.
And it makes
Right?
everybody look like the bad guy.
So like there's this thread on Nasty Z28 in the BSN section about these guys are like Googling they're searching for their neighbors on this Ashley Madison leak, right? And I'm like, don't do that.
Yeah.
What? It doesn't serve anything. Like
No.
all it does is give power to the hackers. Like you're saying, hey, we want this kind of information, so those people are going to go out there and seek it.
Right.
If you fucking ignored that kind of shit, this would go away.
Yeah, it would at least die down quite a
But
bit.
because I was the voice of reason,
I actually, before you say that, I believe the terminology used was, "We have a right to know."
oh
Ah,
yeah,
that's
somebody,
right. Right.
yeah,
And
they,
how arrogant of a thought is that?
yeah, somebody was like, no, we have a right to know who's the
They're
shithead
not
in our neighborhood.
predators. They're guys just trying to get some trim on the side, or girls for that matter.
And you don't even know that they were. They could have
Yeah.
just fucking
Right.
registered.
Which is
and-
still kind of despicable to me, but at the
It
same
doesn't
time, it's
matter
their
to me.
fucking business,
Yeah.
man. I don't want to know anything
yeah,
about
they could
that.
be into horny housewives, and they're like, "Hey, I get to watch. I get to look at nude profile pictures." Like,
Yeah.
you don't know that they actually ever went after a little bit of
Exactly,
strange.
and that's their thing. That's a private thing, and
Speaking of which, you guys remember Yahoo briefcases?
no.
It was a little subset thing where it was kind of like a Chive Facebook photos thing. It was
Oh,
just
cool.
a place where people could
Upload
pack
anonymous
photos and stuff.
pictures.
and
Looking
that was-
through for boobs.
Yeah,
I do not remember that.
Damn.
But anyway, so
Sorry.
Wish I had.
because I was the voice of reason on this forum, I was attacked. They said, "Oh, I must be on this list." Like, no. It's not that way. I think it's wrong to distribute this kind of information. Let people figure their own shit out.
Right.
Get out of their business.
Yes, and that's the type of person, wants to be an exploitive, just asshole, and I have dirt on you, and I'm a whistleblower, and I don't really get that mentality.
What do you care if some guy is fucking around on his wife?
Yeah, it's
How do you know his wife doesn't know?
yeah. I
Right.
mean, maybe they get on there together and do some menage a trois type shit,
Yeah,
but it's not your fucking business, man. It's not
Exactly.
affecting you in any way. Shut the fuck up about it.
yeah. The Inquirer never forced anybody to purchase one of their tabloids in the supermarket. It's because
it's
people
trash.
are purchasing them.
Yeah.
is why they continue.
Yeah,
to
I'm gonna
make
buy
them and
this, look
everything,
through
why
it, and then
paparazzi
be-
have gotten so out of control and everything. And
Yeah.
you have given them the power by
That's a
purchasing-
really good fucking proxy way of explaining it. I'm gonna buy this fucking smut publication that's just all garbage, mostly made up bullshit. I'm gonna purchase it, look through it, and then be appalled by what's in there.
Well, and another thing, gun ownership as a whole in this country is fucking down. Okay?
Yeah.
As a whole. When 15, 20 years ago, when we were younger,
Yeah.
were there fucking mass shootings and stuff in public places? No, there fucking weren't.
No, I don't remember hearing about it.
That shit
because we
makes
didn't
the
have the internet.
that shit
Yeah.
makes the news. Like
Yeah.
as soon as something like that happens, it pops up as an alert on your phone.
Yeah.
And these
And these mental cases,
know that, well, I'm not going to make anything out of my life. If I go kill a school, at least everybody will learn my name.
yeah, that's right.
And I'm getting tired of that, of the maybe not purposefully so, but putting these people on a fucking pedestal
Yeah.
on the cover of
Celebritizing
goddamn Rolling fucking Stone and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So other people see that, and
Then you
it's
got
a type of
copycats.
fame, and you have copycats, and you have people. Well, fucking shit. That's how I'm going to go out. Everybody's going to know who the fuck I was.
Yeah, exactly. So like
Sensationalizing.
we perpetuate this thing ourselves. We recreate it ourselves every fucking day when we pay attention to this negativity and we give this negativity publicity.
Yep.
Like if you went to like fucking Fox News or CNN or MSNBC or whatever the hell floats your boat,
It's all over.
right? But
All
like
over
you
the
see
place.
like, hey, shooter in mall in fucking the middle of bumfuck nowhere in Texas kills 3 people. If you didn't click that article, I guarantee you that 2 months from now when somebody else does the same shit, that's not going to make the main page.
Right. And that's not to take anything away from tragedies, from
No.
bad things that happen, but sensationalizing them is
We're
not
making it worse ourselves.
the answer, yeah.
Perfect example is the I-10 shooter. My wife said, they got the shooter. Here's his picture. I'm like, okay, I want to see who it is. Just because it was there.
Yeah.
If she would have just said, hey, they said they got the shooter, I would have been like, awesome. Back
Yeah.
to playing Madden.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't have, I would have
That's
been like,
it.
just really
Good.
happy that they got him.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
But since
Exactly.
it's
Well,
there,
that's a relief.
all right, I kind of want to see who it is,
Yeah.
you know?
But so getting away from the obvious social ineptness and the way that it makes people be shittier to one another,
Yeah, let's turn around with some positives.
I'm not even going to go positive yet, but I'm not going to be necessarily negative.
Okay, so some neutral ground.
Right.
The
So when,
internet is what it do.
so when I was, so a little background, when I was young, my first job was a paper route. Papers are not as popular anymore, so I don't think kids can even get paper routes anymore.
No.
My second job was KFC. We won't talk about that.
Don't work there, too.
My third job
Biscuit
was,
hockey.
My third job was Blockbuster, and my fourth job before I joined the military was GameStop or EB Games.
EB Games.
Could you consider your wingman a cock blockbuster?
Sure,
Okay,
but
I suppose.
we could argue that the internet has destroyed these businesses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love those jobs. I applied for those jobs because like they were something I was not necessarily a newspaper. I just wanted to buy video games.
And internet.
But Blockbuster and EB Games, like I applied for those jobs because like I love that stuff, right? I love movies, I love video games. Like let me go in there and talk to people about it and share my passion, which is what we're doing on the podcast.
Yeah.
So let me go in there and talk about it and share my passion. Like those were fucking great jobs. And Blockbuster was awesome. Like, even before I worked there, I used to ride my fucking bicycle up to The
Yep.
reason I got the job at Blockbuster is because I rode my bicycle up there from the age I was like 12 to rent games every fucking weekend.
Yeah, or even a system when, you couldn't get one. And
In
Yeah.
that black clamshell case.
yeah, and they're that hard plastic
you had to
case.
put like $500 down.
But the internet's sort of responsible for destroying these places that I loved and that I would love to go back to.
Radio Shack.
Radio Shack. Radio Shack's another. I didn't work at Radio Shack, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
Radio Shack's another one. Like, you walk into Radio Shack and that smell, that
Yeah.
just that
Electronics
plastic and electronics
and tape and,
they've
yeah.
got RC cars everywhere. No, they're not hobby grade, but still, like, like.
And they were good for hobbyists. They had drawers and chests of resistors and breadboards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's funny that you say that. I always thought Radio Shack was great for somebody that was building a clock or something.
Oh boy.
Oh shit!
Or
Oh,
something
man.
along those lines. But if you're going in to buy a phone or a TV or a VCR or whatever the case may be, I always felt
Why
like
buy
it
a
was
clock when you can invent one though?
Fuck you, Ahmed.
a little bit on the cheaper end of the spectrum, and it just, I don't know, I always thought like, I'm not going to buy it there. I could buy it at Walmart. It's cheaper and probably better quality.
I loved electronics and gadgets and stuff as a kid as I do now.
I love playing around
and
with
they had like binoculars and magnifying glasses and flashlights and cool shit like that.
Well, like when I
I
was a
wanted to
kid.
be Scooby-Doo or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
when I was
Yo.
a kid, other than the Walmart's electronics department, there wasn't a fucking Best Buy. There
Or a
wasn't a
Fry's
fucking
Electronics
Circuit
or-
City or
Holy shit!
Fry's Electronics.
Do you remember Incredible Universe?
oh, yeah.
Remember those stores?
That's what Fry's Electronics used to be.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, they were all big, but
Well, like growing up in Sierra Vista, like Fry's was this like mythical place, right? Like because we didn't have anything like that down there at
Yeah.
the time. So like Fry's was this like mythical thing you heard about.
yeah. Well, with Radio Shack and that type of thing, yeah, I think they're gone. I think they're all gone. But and that sucks for everybody that worked at Radio Shack and owned Radio Shacks and stuff. But
Think about Christmas at Radio Shack.
yeah, oh
How
god, it
wonder-
was so lit up, dude.
How wonderful was Christmas?
Yeah,
at
they
the
had
fucking
demos
Radio
of like
Shack?
the
Awesome,
remote
yeah.
control stuff, and there's lights everywhere, and all of that's been made cheaper and more like easily accessible on the internet.
But even not like Christmas, like my parents would go to Walmart or go to the mall once we got one, and there was a Radio Shack next to Walmart. There was a Radio Shack in the mall, and like they would be doing shopping at fucking Sears and Dillard's and all that other shit. Like to this day, I don't care about clothes or shoes or any of that stuff. Like I was like, okay, well I'm gonna go down to the Radio Shack, and I would just sit there and drool about shit that I would never buy. I would never fucking use it, but I'm like, oh, shiny black plastic.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Like.
Just left a fingerprint.
and
They shouldn't have taken off the plastic coating.
it sucks.
The first time I ever used a Windows 3.1 computer was like demoing it in a fucking Radio Shack. Our first computer we ever bought was
Yeah.
from a fucking Radio Shack.
Oh god, ours was at a Sears, but
IBM Aptiva Pentium 100,
yeah, we it's a 133.
4 megs of RAM,
Damn.
I
which
remember.
I upgraded to 16 megs of RAM at the cost of $800.
Yeah,
Just so I
holy-
could play Mech Warrior 2.
Mech Warrior 2 was badass, and the expansion pack, the Mercenaries expansion pack,
Yeah.
was badass. But
NetMech.
what sucks about what you're talking about is growing up with these brick and mortar places, and like John was saying earlier too, we're probably going to be seeing the slow taper off and death of stores like GameStop pretty soon.
GameStop, Best Buy will go away eventually.
Yeah, and
It's already feeling the hit.
but with GameStop, it's a little different because of digital distribution. The physical part of it is becoming, what's the word I'm looking for? Moot.
Yeah, but I mean, they just instituted that policy where
They-
they
they're
they'll
not-
no longer sell console bundles.
Yeah, that's-
that don't include a physical game. They just won't do
so
it.
that's kind of that's their stance and everything. But it sucks growing up with Radio Shack and Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. Remember the one in Casa Grande?
When I turned 16 and got my wheels, I had a circuit that I did like damn near every day.
Mm-hmm.
I would go down to Blockbuster, see what was going on. I probably worked there at the time.
Yeah.
But I would go down to Blockbuster, see what's going on, go over to Hastings, check that out, go back up the
Hastings.
go back up the street, check out Bookman's, because we had a Bookman's in Sierra
Didn't you
Vista
guys
at
have
the
a
time.
Babbage's too?
No, just EB
Okay,
Games
it was
eventually.
Hastings. Okay.
Yeah, and then
think
I would.
EB was what Babbage's turned into.
It was, yeah.
right.
And then I went up, to the Lemon Lot on Fort Huachuca to see what soldier was trying to get rid of the car that he couldn't afford
Right.
anymore. And then I, go home. Like, I did that shit every day.
And now all of that shit.
Like, why would you do that? You can just check online.
Yeah.
But there's something about there's a magic about the like physicality
There
of
is,
it.
and that's for me. I can relate that to a lot of things. I loved going to Blockbuster. Because we would rent movies, and we really more often than not went to our little.
You get to pick up the box.
Well, yeah, and we more than often than not we went to our little privately owned, local movie store. But going into a Blockbuster was cool because they would have used games and stuff for
Yeah.
sale, that they rented and
Previously
everything.
viewed.
And holy crap, looking over there and thinking, holy shit, this SNES game is like $10. I could probably talk my mom into that.
Am I the only person that, as a kid, when you walked into a video rental store, that thought that the clamshell style VHS covers
Yeah.
were fucking magical?
Yeah,
like the
they were
movies that were
kind of-
inside of them were fucking garbage.
They were kind of
Yeah.
opaque, and sometimes they were blue tinted or something. And yeah,
But like those big plasticky fucking clamshells that they.
pull that bastard apart.
Oh
Yeah,
God!
and
So much better than taking off the cellophane and then holding the cardboard and sliding the tape out. It just didn't
yeah.
have the same
and
effect.
hearing that noise, you're getting set up in the living room and stuff. Whoever is taking the movie out and setting it up in the VCR, and
and they're kind of cushy too, right? So they've got a
Yeah.
little bit of give to them, and
Oh, yeah.
man,
And
I miss clamshells.
that ties into my kind of longing, for physical media. With games, I mean, with everything, but with games, with getting a video game as a kid and taking it home and looking at the badass box art and the instruction manual, and we touched it on that, talking about the retro VGS,
yeah.
which I still think is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
But
that Kickstarter's going to fail.
well,
Really?
they're not doing the Kickstarter anymore; they're doing Indiegogo now.
Well, it's like saying Google. I googled something, even if you use
Okay.
Bing.
But you used a proper noun.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We'll get into that probably on our next podcast.
probably.
Love Mike Kennedy. Love the retro VGS. Not going well.
Yeah, that's really sucks.
Yeah, but I miss the physicality of it. But see, like buying physical games nowadays isn't the same thing either.
No.
If you happen to find a GameStop where the fucking clerk isn't a dick,
Yeah, that seems to be kind of a common thing.
yeah, if you
That's all I'll say.
you used to be able to walk into an EB Games and like the guy was
He
like
would be a nerd. He would be
he'd
just
be
a
passionate and
Yeah,
not like a fucking elitist asshole.
Yeah,
like
and
motherfucker, you make $7 an hour. I make $60,000 a year.
right. Well, it's just, and I think the internet age has contributed a lot to that because gamers now, aren't what they used to be. And I'm not saying that because we're all old school gamers or anything, but I said
Donkey
it before.
Kong's the best game ever.
Yeah, I'll say it again. Modern gamers are the most entitled group of assholes,
But so back to
and
the
that's who you've got behind the counter at GameStop.
yeah.
man.
So back to the physicality of it now.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you go buy a PS4 game. You take off the fucking. It's not even shrink wrap. It's whatever that fucking bulletproof material, plastic material is. You take off that material. You open it up. It is no longer a solid case. It's got holes all over the place because they
Yeah.
save money on packaging,
Right.
right? You open it up. What's inside?
A disc.
A disc.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, it might be a download code voucher.
There might be a download code. Is there an instruction manual?
No.
No.
Is there like a map or art?
Is
or
there
anything
anything
like
to
that?
look or drool over?
No.
Like even back in the day of Sega CD, right? Like I remember buying Shining Force CD brand new from Babbage's back in the day, right? And I pulled that fucker out, unwrapped it, like I was literally 800 miles from my Sega CD because we were on vacation. okay?
Right.
So, I pulled that fucker out, I stuck it in my Discman,
Listen to the soundtrack.
and I
Yep.
listened to the soundtrack.
And you're like, oh man, I bet that's going to sound
I
great.
bet
in the
that's
game.
awesome. Like there's not even like there's nothing. So like why not? Why wouldn't you buy digital distribution? Well, you want to put that thing on your shelf and take up space?
Yeah, and it's not. Yeah, like you said, it's bare minimum, dude. It's flimsy ass paper with art on it. Over a case that's barely there.
Exactly.
With nothing else going on the back of the boxes now, where we used to have like a little exciting backstory and some bullet points about the badass shit you were going to do in the game.
Yep.
Now we have stuff like buy the fucking season pass. This many players capable multiplayer online. More DLC coming.
Pay $50 a year for Xbox Live Gold.
Yeah.
It's
I'm such a jaded old bastard.
and the older I get, I just miss those stores, you
Yeah.
know. And then I love the fact that I have access to information anywhere.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I love the fact that if we're having an argument, I can say, "Oh yeah, fuck that."
Uh-huh.
Pull out my phone.
Oh yeah,
Google
the
whatever
internet,
the fuck I want to see.
The internet is responsible for so many disagreements coming to an end.
I save a shit ton of money. I don't have to subscribe to Road and Track anymore. I don't have to subscribe to Game Informer and PC Gamer and
that being
PlayStation
said,
Underground and fucking all these goddamn glossies that are $60 a year. I appreciate glossies now for their retroness.
Yeah,
but I'm glad that I don't have to.
because everything in pertinent to your interests
Yeah.
is so easily available.
I'm glad I can just
And
start up my
basically,
phone and hit IGN,
it's right in
my
your
IGN
face.
icon and go, oh, what's going on IGN lately?
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
And
great.
That being said, I do miss the old auto traders.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
stack of them in the bathroom.
I miss Auto Trader. I would read Auto Traders for years.
You remember the paper though that they were made out of? It smelled good. It
was like
this
newspaper.
Yeah, it was like shredded newspaper that had been
Yeah.
reconstituted. It
But,
just it felt good.
I would keep Auto Traders literally for years in the bathroom.
Yeah, and then look back through it and be like, hey, that was a pretty good
That was a
price.
fine-
I should have
Deal.
jumped on that.
Yeah, in '97, that was pretty fair.
God damn. Fuck you, Auto Trader online website. You
Yeah.
suck. And fuck
God,
you too,
it does.
Craigslist.
Yeah,
There was nothing like and then it's all kind of printed in that newspapery dot matrix shit that's
Yeah,
on there.
yeah.
And you're trying to see details in this car. You're like,
yeah.
the paint
It's like,
looks shiny.
Is that,
Okay.
is that a dent? Or
yeah, there's either a
hood scoop?
huge dent in that fender or it's just the paper. Still, that's a pretty good price.
That's a pretty good price.
I like going through and looking at what people were asking for, like on the high side.
Yeah.
And I liked doing that in my head and looking through and saying, "Oh my, he's never gonna get that. For fuck's sake, dude."
Yeah, nobody even know. You might know what AC is now, but because those ads had to be so short.
ACPS.
PDB.
Yeah. Power door locks, power steering.
Yeah, it was
everything was acronymized.
What does,
So you had
what
all
does
these letters.
TRGHM
Yeah,
mean?
you had all these letters and then runs good. Recent paint.
Or best offer.
Mechanic
Yeah,
special.
OBO. Yeah.
I miss
So
Auto
there's a
Trader.
lot of nostalgia with us geezers and our physical media we can hold in our hands.
Yeah, I don't
Dagnabbit.
unless you experience the glory that was Auto Trader. Oh,
Yeah. That's
I'm
such
so
a
glad you
great-
brought that up.
That's
That is
such a
one
great
of my-
way to talk about it.
That
you
is
know?
one of my favorite things of
Your
all
best
time.
bathroom companion because it keeps you entertained. You've read the same fucking one over and over a bunch of times.
And finding
but-
one in your dad's garage and rifling through it is not going to be the same thing as it being what you have.
Yeah, but if your dad's going to throw some out, you can send them to me.
Yeah.
Josh
I will
take
still
them.
read that shit.
Josh will take them off
I
of your
will
hands.
still read them. Yeah, I wonder if there'll ever be a collector's market for Auto Trader.
I don't know.
Well,
They're like-
there is for video game magazines. I know.
In 50
Yeah.
years, right? They're like, oh, I got July
I've
1990.
got July '96, man.
Is that the one
Look
that
at
has a
this
57
C3
vet in there?
Corvette.
This
This guy
Arizona.
was selling this C3 for
How did we
$2,500.
both pick a
man.
vet? That was kind of crazy.
Well, because I wanted a Corvette, a C3 vet, so bad when I was looking at Auto Traders.
I almost bought a Stingray in high school.
Oh my God! It's those muscular wheel arches, dude, and the nose, the Mako shark look.
Oh, God, I love Auto Trader.
I want to kind of turn it into what about positivity? The good things, just like you were talking about, the ready state of information. The amount of information.
IMDb and Google.
The fact
Yeah.
that you can burn that I can sit and I'm guilty of this too. The internet, good God, no one today has any reason to be fucking bored. I don't want to hear it from anybody because when I said it as a kid, I got chores. You have no fucking reason to
Yep.
say I'm bored now because I'll sit down after dinner, play with my daughter a little bit, and I'll sit down at my computer with the sole intention of playing a game. And then I'll end up burning 2.5 hours on fucking Wikipedia and YouTube, or the StarCraft 2 wiki, and I'll go into other franchises and stuff. And there's just so much; it never ends.
You wonder watching Star Trek, how can everybody be a fucking expert on quantum physics?
Yeah.
And then, you start reading Wikipedia and you're like, no, I get that.
You okay? Yeah. Everyone took a class in Technobabble.
Yeah, the Wikipedia should be incorporated into, Star Trek canon.
Yeah. but call it something a little more Trek sounding.
Yeah, speaking of YouTube, one of the friends of the show, The Animal and Me, one of our favorite bands. We would have never gotten to hear them.
Not without
or
YouTube
see
and
them,
the interwebs.
meet them, hang out with them, eventually become friends with them.
Yeah.
Super
If,
talented.
if not for YouTube.
Well,
I
and
mean,
just really kick-ass people.
Yeah,
you know,
they're just
and
awesome folks.
I know you guys are busy. I hope you watch, at least this one because we haven't seen you since May, and
it's been a while.
yeah, we're dying. You guys got to come back to Arizona, man. But yeah, like you said, you came to work one day. You sat down at your computer. You need to come over here, listen to this stuff. And we were both pretty floored. And then you said they're playing in a fucking week in
Yeah.
Mesa. And then
Are
it
you
just,
down?
And it went from there. And it helps YouTube and the internet as a whole. There's so many talented kids out there.
It really, really upsets me that, like, you can just put in good singer on YouTube and find probably 3 or 4 pages of talent that is better than Foster the People.
Oh God! Don't get me
Like-
started on that asswipe.
Like
I mean,
that-
it pisses me off that they're a household name,
Yeah.
and
If
people
this
like
is on
Sam
the
Sui and
radio-
stuff are just out there killing it.
I don't want to get too.
You can find
elitist.
some of the most amazing remixes or amazing like
Covers and stuff,
new
and you're like-
covers of songs.
And
that
I
are
don't want to
just-
get too music elitist, because I do.
Like-
but I don't like to listen to the radio, because a lot of it is just like, okay,
Well,
well,
like-
God, this is just, this is getting tiresome.
Without YouTube, would like Matt Weddle's version of "Hey Ya" have ever become
Oh,
popular?
Yeah,
Beautiful song.
and guys
It's,
like
it's
Check
a
it out.
totally different song.
Yeah, it's
and
beautiful.
and people like Watsky,
Yeah,
who's
Watsky.
incredibly talented.
Like selling out arenas and stuff. If
Though-
not for YouTube, I don't know if he would have ever had the exposure
I
to
love
enjoy
Watsky.
that.
He was
I
on.
just it makes me feel good to watch talented
Yes,
people, right?
and-
So like one of my favorite YouTube channels, other than ERB, super talented guys
Epic
too.
fucking rap battles.
Not that
is
they'll
the
ever
shit.
watch our own
Yeah.
shit.
No, but they're awesome.
Nice
Yeah.
Peter, Epic
Nice
Lloyd.
Peter and Epic Lloyd are the
Shoot me an
shiz.
email, brother. Aimlessadventure at gmail.com.
and Epic Lloyd's channel, Diss Raps for Hire.
Oh
is
yeah,
awesome.
brilliant! I
But-
just watched his latest one. It's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
but
he
like
brought him back.
player piano, where they're like they're the.
Oh God, that girl is so amazing.
she is amazing.
She sits there and listens to a clip, a few seconds of a video game theme or music.
Listening to her do the moon theme of DuckTales, I got misty.
Yes, and she turns
Wow.
around at a piano and beautifies
It's so
it.
good.
And she does it. She's an amazing musician, and I had to go on YouTube and watch a couple of her concerts and stuff. And she's an incredible pianist.
She's amazing.
But the fact that she can sit there, listen to it, and turn around and do it on the piano and add little flourishes and stuff. Oh my God!
and I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure it's cut and edited.
I never
a little
would have
bit.
seen her otherwise or
Yeah.
heard of her.
I'm sure it's cut and edited a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
But at the same time,
It
what
doesn't
she
take
does
away from
is
that
super
talent.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Like she's amazing.
Yeah.
Like I just love seeing talented people.
And that's another thing too. About 15 minutes of fame and everything like that.
We got ours.
Well, yeah. Jesus, no kidding. A lot of people want to be recognized. A lot of people want to be famous. So the internet is flooded, very flooded with people that are trying to get a piece of that, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still, in my opinion, pretty easy to float to the top of the crap when you have actual talent.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they stand out, and you would never have heard of these people otherwise, and they probably never would have exercised getting their talent out there and everything. And that's a huge, huge bonus with
Yeah, for
the
sure.
information age.
I mean, look at
There's some
fucking
crazy talent. out there.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, and
Making
that
like
guy,
$50 million a year.
yeah, PewDiePie. I'm not into it.
I'm not
what he
either.
does, but I respect the shit out of him because
Oh, yeah.
he just started doing something. It's not like it was new. People have been vlogging and stuff forever. Granted, he's not a vlogger, but he's a Let's Player, and we talked about that a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah, a little
Jimmy
bit.
Kimmel, But just watching someone play a game on the internet blew up. Got pretty popular, and he's just talking commentary. People like his personality.
Yeah,
He's a millionaire.
And it didn't hurt that he's a good looking dude.
Apparently, I mean, he's charismatic. He's got to be
Yeah.
because of millions of people like him, and now he's a millionaire. And he's not offensive. He's not out to hurt anybody. He's not hateful. But there are still a lot of people that can't stand him.
Yeah, when he gets out of his internet persona
those are
and he
called
like
haters.
posts a video about like the haters or whatever,
Yeah.
like I kind of respect him then because he's
Sure.
got valid points and valid opinions.
Uh-huh.
He's well spoken enough.
And a lot of those people hate him because, he's really enjoying himself. and making pretty easy money.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
that brings a lot of haters.
So
on
yeah,
it.
we're running out of beer, so we'll probably get this thing wrapped up here pretty
Oh, okay.
soon.
Well,
Something,
short and sweet of it.
yeah.
Pros, cons, internet age,
And then-
information age.
Yeah, and then eventually I would like to see grocery sales become
That's
more
right.
prevalent.
Yeah. Talking about Rite Aid out in Philadelphia.
Yeah, ShopRite.
ShopRite.
Yeah. When I was in Philadelphia, I could just open the mobile app on my phone, select what groceries I wanted to buy for the week, except for beer. Fuck you, Philadelphia.
do you want
for
a liquor,
lots of
Do you want a
reasons.
liquor
Lots of
store or do you want a
reasons.
beer store?
Yeah, exactly. So I could go out there and buy, fucking ribeyes and chicken and fucking frozen vegetables and soup or, crackers and cheese, whatever the fuck I wanted.
Super crackers and cheese.
And I would tell them, when I wanted to pick it up, and it would be in a cart in a fucking fridge somewhere. And I would go in, they'd scan my receipt, I'd pay, they'd load it in my car, and I'd walk the fuck out. And it took me 10 minutes.
Yeah. And you didn't have to mill around a store.
I didn't have to try to find shit or track somebody down. Like,
and my
hey,
thing about-
where's the Velveeta?
Yeah. Exactly, just like that too. Because when we get in a grocery store, oh, it's kind of just do this.
Well, I had to do that in Safeway once. It took me for fucking ever to find Velveeta in Safeway once.
Bien.
Because I usually buy it at Walmart, but I happen to be but I happen to be in Safeway one time looking for Velveeta. I
Couldn't find it to save your life.
I couldn't find it to save my life. You know where they keep the Velveeta in Safeway?
By the salsa.
No, in the fucking cold section.
Well, that's just stupid.
Really?
Who the hell keeps Velveeta in the goddamn cold
It
section?
doesn't have to be
You
refrigerated.
keep it next to the
After you
macaroni
open
and
it.
cheese.
Well, it's pasteurized 3 ways from Sunday, man.
Yeah, you keep
And
it next to the
processed.
macaroni and cheese. I'm just
Yeah.
saying,
And
every
what's-
craft products, right?
And
Fucking there.
I agree with you. With more grocery stores, that'd be great. But then again, the demand. They would have to hire so much staff to fill everybody's grocery orders.
But they wouldn't have to stock the shelves. They could just
They
be a
could just
warehouse
right off the
almost.
pallet
Yeah.
and into the basket.
Yeah, they could just keep it in the
You
warehouse.
can do that with Taco Bell. You can use the app and place your order for Taco Bell and then go to the damn counter or window and pick it up.
Oh, wow.
Every time I go to Taco Bell, it's on the bag. It's like, you could have ordered this on your phone. I was like, well,
That will
they
never
wouldn't have done
happen.
it right, man. I'm sorry.
That will never happen.
It's already fucked up bad enough when I go to Taco
I'll
Bell.
use my phone to order some Jimmy John's.
Oh, yeah.
Man, they're crazy.
God,
fast.
Jimmy John's makes Subway taste like crap.
A couple of other things that I love about the internet, and I've talked about it before. Remote play is the bomb.
The remote play
Yeah.
is the
Fucking
shiz.
love remote
Way
play.
of the future.
And then I would be remiss if I didn't mention Amanda's new favorite feature of the internet, Grubhub.
I don't know what that
Okay.
is.
Grubhub is a fucking amazing app. You open up Grubhub, you're like, I want Greek food today. You scroll through the app, you find a restaurant, you're like, okay, you pick the things from their menu, and then they deliver it to you and you pay right through your phone. Even tip through your phone.
Oh.
So you don't, you can literally open the door just a crack, stick your arm out, pull
And
the
that's
food
all
in,
the social
close it,
interaction you had to do.
and then lock it.
Perfect
Exactly.
for Sheldon. If I remember right, you could be sitting on your couch and be like, man, I don't know, I'm in the mood for some hot wings and a shake and a Big Mac. And you can Native New Yorker some wings, Burger King for a shake. No, Wendy's. Let's go Wendy's for a shake. And, of course, McDonald's for the Big Mac. Pay. And they go around town grabbing it up and dropping
Was
it
it
off
like
at
an
your
Uber
house.
driver just goes
Isn't
around
that
picking
what
your
it-
shit up?
I don't know. That might
That
be
probably
Grubhub.
is an exorbitant
The stuff we've
cost.
ordered has been from one particular restaurant, but
Right.
still, Amanda, I would be remiss. You know what I miss? Man, I miss being in a city that had fucking Chinese food delivery.
Yeah, yeah, we do need a Chinese food place
yeah.
here. I
At
mean,
least a
God, my
Panda.
wife loves Chinese. And another thing too, you're talking about, Amanda's favorite site. My wife her life wouldn't be the same without Pinterest. Holy crap, she can burn hours on Pinterest.
You know how my mom says Pinterest, and
Pinterest.
it drives me
Pinterest?
crazy. Nope,
I don't know.
pin interest.
Oh,
Pinterest.
wow.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh,
It
yeah.
drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It is Pinterest.
Yeah,
It is not pin
interest.
interest. It's
It's not an interest
Pinterest.
in pins. I see what you're saying.
oh yeah. She every time mom talks about it, she's like, you know what, pin interest. And he just can't correct her.
I'm still on your side, Sharon. I'm just saying. I'm only laughing for
You're like, feed
his
me
sake.
prime rib.
I would be remiss if I didn't say I love the fact that at any given point you can just open up your app store. That looks like a decent game. Download it. Oh no, that kind of sucked. I'm gonna go on for a different one.
Yeah.
and
That
just
fast.
an endless supply of
Yeah, and I've
Games
had that
you
even
can
on Steam.
pay for
You know,
as much as you want.
Yeah.
buy something for dirt cheap on Steam.
I mean-
you've downloaded in 15 minutes, and you're fucking playing.
So okay, so let's talk about games on the phone real fast.
This is a topic you usually avoid.
So I enjoyed the shit out of playing Hearthstone on my phone.
Yeah,
I have also liked Crossy Road. I've liked some other games as well.
I've heard about that. I don't know what it is, but its name makes my blood boil.
It's fucking Frogger
It's
is what
Frogger.
it is.
Okay,
It's
because
3D.
well, it has the same kind of diction as Flappy Bird, and
Yeah.
that just makes my blood hot.
That's intentional. I mean, even the logo looks similar.
Yeah. Oof.
I mean, the name of the company's Hipster Whale, so whatever.
Okay. Well, enough said.
So let's talk about mobile games real quick. I don't care for playing games on this thing.
Yeah. Me
In
neither.
general, the reason being is because it has a hard enough time keeping a charge.
Okay. Well,
I
putting
play-
that aside, controlling anything on a fucking phone is a
Well, like
nightmare.
Hearthstone controls great. Like
Oh, yeah, because you just touch stuff.
I played the fuck out of Hearthstone for like a few months after it came out on Android.
Yeah.
Well, even before because I got the hacked APK. But like I would play 20 minutes of Hearthstone and like lose 30% of battery.
Yeah.
Like I just, I don't carry around a big fucking battery in my pocket all the time
Yeah.
like you do. So like I
I
just,
only bring it over here.
but like, that's sort of the problem. Like when I'm at work, like I keep it plugged in up there.
Yeah.
But like if I go downstairs to like sit outside and get away from my desk for a minute, like, and I play Hearthstone for 15 minutes, I go from 100% to 80%, and you're like, what the fuck?
Right.
Like,
Well,
I think it's awesome that they can put that kind of stuff on a phone.
Sure.
But like, I am super paranoid about my battery, and
Yeah,
I've still
me
got
too.
an hour and a half commute where I have to worry about my
That's
Bluetooth.
true. I keep a charger at work too.
Because I only listen to shit in my car through Bluetooth.
Yeah.
So like,
and
it's
mine is also the source of most of my music throughout the day.
yeah.
So
And for some fucking reason, I am too cheap to go out and buy a USB cable just for my car. I should.
yeah.
But see,
That is a weird
that's one of
thing
those
to be
things.
cheap about.
It's give and take, sacrifice,
yeah.
etc. I'm fine with the radio and play games. So
Yeah, no,
Well,
I totally get you. But
think
I mean, I
about
listen to
think about
podcasts.
how full featured these
I've been listening
devices
to Star Wars
are.
Aftermath.
I mean, there are a lot of individual components that 800 or 1,000 milliamp hour battery is powering in
Yeah.
here. You know, the network communicators,
And then
the
the phone gets
Wi-Fi
hot.
thing. Yeah, the back gets hot, and battery technology will get there. I'm
eventually.
personally super interested to see carbon nanotube batteries,
Yeah, we'll see how
but
that
that's
goes.
something I don't want to talk about right now.
But so anyway, that's our guild meeting for
Yeah,
the day.
that
I don't
was
think
it.
I mentioned that at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, we're calling this the guild meeting.
It's the guild meeting.
We're calling this our guild.
Welcome to our meeting.
So this is I conclude the guild meeting for today. Thank you all for joining us. I hope you found our conversation interesting. We sure as hell loved arguing about it and talking
Yeah,
about
we
it.
almost did it 3 times
Definitely.
too.
Yeah, we've done it like 3.5 times now. So thank you all for joining us, and we will chat at you later. Hasta luego.